The Pretoria High Court has ordered the reopening of the Stilfontein mine to allow emergency teams to rescue illegal miners still underground. The decision follows an application by the Society for Protection of Our Constitution urging swift intervention in this unfolding crisis. And for more on this, let's now speak to South African Police Services spokesperson Brigadier Athlenda Mathe. Brigadier, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Yesterday, we were told that the High Court in Pretoria gave an order for your members to reopen entry and exit points that were actually shut down by police. Please respond to this. Did police or your members in fact shut down any exits at any of these mines?
Well, a very good afternoon and thank you for the opportunity. People that are saying police blocked exit and entry points or closed them off clearly have not been on the ground and were not at Stilfontein. The police have not blocked nor closed off entry and exit into these shafts. We have been standing static since these operations started as a way of preventing illegal miners from entering the shaft to ensure that they do not commit illicit mining activities. We've also been standing static at all these disused abandoned mine shafts as a way of preventing the food and water from going down because we are of the view that we cannot be feeding into crime. What is happening underground is crime. You would have heard that this week, twice already, we have allowed food and water to go down there, not for those illegal miners to stay underground, but to gain strength and resurface. We are still standing firm to say no police officer, no soldier will go down. There are hazardous gases down there. There are allegations of illegal miners that are heavily armed, and that can be attributed to our statistics where we have, since this operation started, confiscated at these illicit mining operations more than 369 high-caliber firearms, which includes 10,000 rounds of ammunition, of high-caliber ammunition.
And Brigadier, I did take issue with the subject I was interviewing yesterday, who was representing the group that brought about this petition for the order, that we've been covering this operation since its inception, and we've seen police on top of, on and around the site, not necessarily going into, we've got visuals of open shafts. So I even asked, was this not then misleading the court in them obtaining the court orders? So now, with these two orders that you have one from the the High Court in Pretoria, as well as the North Gauteng High Court. How will these orders then affect your operations in the area, and have you been served with these particular orders?
Look, the order does not in any way prevent SAPS from performing its constitutional mandate. According to Section 205, we are mandated to prevent crime, and that is what is exactly happening. We have never blocked anyone from exiting the shafts. Actually, in the last 2 weeks, we facilitated 1,187 illegal miners exit from these shafts, and we were monitoring. And even with the emergency personnel, it's a multidisciplinary operation in which the ambulances are on standby as soon as these illegal miners resurface. If they are not in a good health, they are treated and transferred to a local hospital. If they are in good health, they are also still assessed by a paramedic, but also then after detained. So all is in order. We see no violation.
And please do confirm to us, Brigadier, if, as announced by the Minister, that mine rescue specialists are currently being spoken to or organized to assist some of the miners to surface. And on the issue of food and water supply, I know you touched on it a little bit earlier on. Are police still allowing small amounts for strength for those who wish to resurface?
Absolutely. Our concern as well is that these illegal miners, if it is indeed true what we are being told, then they need to gather that strength to resurface. In terms of the court order, we feel that we are not violating. Everything is aligned. All our operations are aligned. We are continuing with our operations. We are still standing static. And we are making a call once again for all these illegal miners to resurface So it's business as usual across all 7 provinces in which Vala Umgodi is operating. And I must say, this particular operation has been very effective. You will recall that before we implemented this operation, we used to pick up dead bodies, actually in that vicinity where we are in Stilfontein. Last year, June, the Hawks picked up more than 20 bodies of illegal miners that had gunshot wounds. They were allegedly fighting over turf and so on. Communities have been crying. Communities around illicit mining activities and illicit, disused abandoned mining shops. Rivoli, you will recall that there was a lot of shootings in Rivoli. The community was up in arms. We had to intervene. They were blocking of roads. It was hazardous. It was, So we came in there. We implemented this particular approach, and it is effective. But clearly, some people are not happy with the police's implementation. Where were those armchair critics when communities were crying for the SAPS and the SANDF to come and intervene and implement Vala Umgodi? They were not there. But now we are seeing, a lot of criticism when we stamp the authority of the state.
Brigadier, thank you so much for according us this opportunity to respond to some of those remarks as well as allegations made yesterday. Brigadier Athlenda Mathe, there is the SABC national spokesperson on the Stilfontein saga that has now seen a court, in fact 2 court orders granted by courts here in Johannesburg.